All right, guys, we're back at the Emirates. We are here with Sam, clearly an Arsenal fan. Sam, it's been a crazy season. How have you felt? Were you expecting this out of the guys this season? Talk me through the beginning of the season up until where you guys are at now, because it's been a ride.
I said at the start of the season, if we got Champions League football, I'd be very happy. And everybody was kind of like saying, clowning around, Champions League football. All of our rival fans, what did they say about us? They said we're going to highest we're going to finish is sixth or we'll get fifth. That's it. But we've overachieved this season. We've gone beyond our expectations. I don't care what anybody says. We have gone beyond the expectations. To even compete with City, that was a dream last season. We would have dreamed of that. If someone told you last season, after finishing fifth, you finished second behind City and behind a point off, well, how would you feel? Everybody would have said, yeah, I'll take it. And now look, we're here.
It's funny, something you've just said, finishing second. You've already conceded defeat, essentially. You've already say you're going to finish second, right? You're just thinking worst case scenario, right?
That's the worst case scenario. Which is a good worst case scenario, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. Considering you guys, we're kind of struggling to make top. Considering you guys are struggling to make top four,
Yeah.
this is a overachievement, like you said. But I say to Arsenal fans, I say, you guys are such a big club. Why are you only aiming for top four every season? Well, the aim should be, we're going to go out and win the Premier League every season. The squad you've got, Arteta's obviously proven himself. That should be the aim. And with that, were you ever Arteta out? Be honest.
I'm going to be honest, I say yes. I say 2020-21 season, if I knew what was going to happen now, I wouldn't have been Arteta out. But now I've started to see...
Obviously, hindsight's a perfect science.
Yeah, hindsight's a perfect sign. Of course, when people were comparing the fact that Chelsea sacked Lampard, brought in Tuchel, won the Champions League, we thought by sacking Arteta, bringing someone like Tuchel or even an Ancelotti in, we'd probably win the Europa or something like that. But it is what it is at the end of the day.
Wow, okay. And so what do you think changed kind of with Arteta and the whole kind of squad dynamic? I will say just as a football fan, I'm glad they stuck with Arteta. I think more clubs need to stick with their managers to get time in, and Arsenal are proven case of that. You stick with the manager, give him time to sort his ways out. But what do you think it was that changed from Arteta out to becoming essentially a title-winning squad?
I think Arteta has done what George Graham did, which was get rid of all these big name players who think they're bigger than the club and the players that want to play for the badge. And the thing is, when you have the younger players, the hungrier players who want to be successful, they'll fight till the end. Some of these players are going to think, you know what, at the end of the day, after they lose a game, they're going to get paid so much, so they don't really care. But the young players, they want to give it all for the badge, and that's what we want at the end of the day.
It's very true, and kind of. It's tricky because, with the young players, they do have that drive, but they also lack experience, which is what you can kind of maybe think of why things have kind of gone, would you say bad at the moment? Why the title's kind of slipping away? I've spoken to a few Arsenal fans who have said what's going on right now with Arsenal, maybe kind of, losing the league to City is because there are too many young players. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword in a way. It's like, yes, they've had the hunger, but, the experience to push you guys over the line, maybe an issue? What do you think?
Well, players get better with age, and for them to finish second this season is an actual overachievement. I think as time goes on, when next season comes into play, when these players have just experienced their first experience of Champions League football, So when they've experienced Champions League football, they're going to grow with that experience, grow with the time, and they're going to start to be more experienced, play more games, get the hunger into it, get the desire into it, and then they're just going to keep going, I guess.
Amazing. This is positive. This is incredible. And with that said, kind of, they brought lots of players in. Where are the weaknesses in the squad? Who needs to kind of leave, right? Because where are the improvements, the tweaks for next season to then be confident you guys, can go and comfortably win it?
I think we need to add another right back in. We need a more bolstered defence. We need to have someone who else can come off the bench. I mean, at the end of the day, every club should be allowed to have depth in the team. So City can't be the only team where, they pay 60 million for one player who can sit on the bench. We should be someone who should be able to do something like that, where if someone, our first choice, gets injured, or be able to compete for the first spot. We need to have someone who can come off the bench and start banging in goals, or someone who can come off the bench and help us keep a clean sheet or keep it going. That's what we need. We need more depth in the defense. We need it in the midfield as well. So we have someone who can also play in the midfield, be able to give it 100%, and also keep us going.
Who do you have in mind?
So for me, obviously everybody knows about Declan Rice. So I'll say, I'll take Declan Rice.
His name keeps popping up. It's interesting. I didn't think he would maybe fit, but yeah, okay, Declan Rice.
Yeah, and I just want one more person. Boss, come here a second. Yeah. So basically,
Is that Mason Mount?
Is that Mason Mount? I think we should sign Mason Mount. Liverpool, no. Mason Mount should come to Arsenal. I just love the celebration.
Declan Rice and Mason Mount.
Yeah.
Speak to Declan and get him over here.
I will. I'll have words.
Yeah, have words with Declan.
I'd love to come to Arsenal, honestly.
Yeah.
Chelsea are washed.
Chelsea are washed.
Mason Mount.
From Mason Mount himself.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
yeah,
Great.
fabulous, yeah.
Okay, and score predictions for today. What are you thinking?
Arsenal 3, Brighton 1.
Because Brighton, they need vengeance on someone after that defeat to Everton. 'Cause that was bad. You don't think they're going to get it today?
I think with Arsenal, they're going to know that, at the end of the day, it's all about finishing as strong as possible and just winning the rest of our games. So obviously today is going to be a day where we need to put that foot right and keep it going to the end of the season. The more wins we take, who knows what can happen. I mean, don't get me wrong, City are winning at Everton right now 2-0, but we don't.
They're already winning.
Yeah, they're already winning 2-0.
I think 5 minutes ago it was 0-0 and City are now 2-0.
Yep, they're 2-0 ahead. Let me just double check the score.
City are 2-0.
2-0 and it's half time, 2-0.
Wow,
So-
okay, there we go.
So yeah, you never know. So you never know what can happen. You know what? At the end of the day, football is always to the last minute. So you never know what can happen in a season. So we just don't give up.
Amazing. Brilliant. Sam, you've been incredible. Enjoyed today. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Thank
Take
you.
care, guys.
See you.